Stillwater, we're 11 days away from the start of the 2019 Oklahoma State baseball season, which means that we got to speak with head coach Josh Holliday and players about the upcoming season. This season looks to be a very exciting one, not just because it's the final season in iconic Allie P, but because Coach Holliday has returned a lot of talent from last year's roster and has also brought in some pretty good talent in both freshmen and transfers. "It's always nice to have guys back," said Coach Holliday. 1. You have great relationships built with them, so you enjoy the personal side of interacting with the players and their second, third and in some cases, fourth year. I enjoy the relationship side of having those guys back. Seeing those faces walk through that door is pretty special when you get a kid like Colin Simpson back in his senior year and you get to be around that kid. You just really start to appreciate how unique he is, his upbeat attitude. The glass is always half full with Colin and I've never seen him have a bad day. I do like the returning players, I like the newcomers, and how quickly we can bring those groups together and get guys playing at the peak of their game, is the challenge in front of us. Something that's going to make the final season in Allie P a little easier is the fact that the Pokes play at home a lot. 30 times to be exact, and will be highlighted with games against ORU, Iowa, Oklahoma, non-conference, Wichita State, and of course a challenging Big 12 slate with games against K-State, WVU, Texas and Baylor. "Last year's schedule was tough," said Coach Holliday. "We played more road games last year than any season in program history, and part of that is just how the schedule fell. Part of it was the only way that we could get good games on certain weekends was to travel. We felt like that was so important to build a powerful schedule. This year, to play more home games will be great. It will be great to play more games in this ballpark in front of our fans, to share Cowboy baseball with them as often as possible. We're glad to play more home games. We love playing at home, and if we could get a beat on weather, we'd play them all at home." Despite the final season, Coach Holliday isn't going to let any of his coaches or players prepare for or play through the season any differently. "They don't differ at all," said Coach Holliday about his emotions of the season differing due to the final season of Allie P. "It's important that we get the most out of every single day that this team and this moment in time capitalizes on this unique opportunity. That's critical to us, that means a lot to us, and we've never looked at it any other way. We've got to get better today, we got to get better tomorrow, got to get better Wednesday, take Thursday off and then attack the game again on Friday. You couldn't try harder because it's the last year in Allie P, and you certainly wouldn't be any different in terms of your ability to get your team to live in the moment. Just one of those exciting, natural progressions in a program's history, but you can't take your eye off this moment in time, and we won't." Going back to last season, an area the Pokes struggled in was depth at pitching. With the existing injuries to Jensen Elliott and Parker Scott, and then adding the injury of freshman Mitchell Stone, things got rather tight for pitching coach Rob Walton. This year, the Pokes won't have the security of leaning on Carson Teal, Jonathan Heasley or Reza Ali Aziz, but they've got the three pitchers I mentioned above coming back, as well as a whole host of great talent throughout the stable of arms. "Just going back over the weekend, Mitchell Stone threw well," said Coach Holliday about this year's pitching staff. "CJ Varela threw the ball good. Jensen Elliott, obviously, coming back after a year where he was available the final 3 weeks of the season, but Jensen was a big-time pitcher 3 years ago. Having Jensen back is just a huge shot in the arm for our team. He's a leader, he's a high-end person, a high-end student, and takes everything he does seriously. Logan Gregg, he's a transfer from Connors State College who's done an awfully good job from day one on campus. Joe Lienhard, he's back as a senior. Joe's pitched so many different roles in his time here. A guy like Peyton Battenfield who, as a junior now, is starting to turn the corner. Brady Basso, another junior who's starting to turn the corner. Parker Scott, much like Jensen, missed a vast majority of his freshman year due to injury and missed last year as well. So, he comes back to us healthy for the first time. Probably the exciting thing for a lot of the kids is to get back to full health, and then to add those guys together along with the returning guys. Guys like Ben Leeper, who had a really good fall. Jake Lyons is a transfer right-handed pitcher that is another really good option for us. Coach Holliday finished up with, "Don't want to leave anybody out, but we've got a number of guys that really are excited about the opportunity for innings. It's normal to graduate good pitchers, it's normal to graduate good hitters, it's normal to lose guys to the draft, and it's also exciting to see who comes next, and there's a lot of chances for who's next on this team, with the coaching staff bringing in some exciting talent from the high school and transfers ranks to add to the already existing talent pool. The 2019 season of Cowboy baseball is sure to be an exciting one. I'm extremely excited," said senior Joe Lienhard. "I think this year there's a lot of hype around this team. We have a great core of returners coming back and a lot of new guys that are really going to be able to help us right off the bat.